Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for the Buckhead Business Radio Show.
Okay, Ryan, who do you have up next?
Up next, we have Montina Portis, CEO of Creative Internet Authority, the nation's leading full-service law firm marketing agency, specializing in lead conversion for boutique and small-size law firms. She works exclusively with lawyers and law firms to attract new clients, generate more referrals, and make more money using online and offline legal marketing strategies. Through her famous personal transformational experiences and frequent appearances on network TV, shows including The Chew, Fox News, ABC, CBS, and NBC, Montina inspires millions of people to be superstars in life and business and live amazing lives. Welcome, Montina Portis.
I'm happy to be here today.
And now you've officially arrived, Buckhead Business Radio X.
Add that
That's right.
to your list of network appearances.
Exactly, yeah.
I certainly will.
So I've actually watched a couple of your videos from your website, and so for folks that don't know, if you wouldn't mind, kind of share what your backstory, right?
Yeah, when I was 18 months old, my mother abandoned me. My father was serving 20 years in prison, so I went to live with my aunt when I was 16, and she kicked me out, and I was homeless.
Wow.
By 18, I was pregnant, living in the YWCA shelter, and by 19, I was a single mom living in a homeless shelter with my 9-month-old baby.
Wow.
And I still managed to get my GED, graduate with my master's from college, so I appreciate what they're saying. And, built my first home, and today I am the CEO of my own company. I've worked for the largest IT financial companies in the country, largest youth organizations. I've been blessed. So it just goes to show it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. Anything is possible.
And I know from one interview, I remember you were saying while you're working at the largest IT company, you wrote a book.
I did.
Right? And you had that box of excuses, whatever, right?
That's right.
That was such a great story or visual. But your story, 13 months old, you said?
I was 18 months
18 months old.
And to this day, I'm almost 40 years old. I've never met my birth mother.
Wow.
And, my father died after serving 19 years of a 20-year sentence in prison.
Wow.
And so, a lot of people offer a lot of excuses about
Right.
their families. And I tell them, I've never had a call on a birthday or Christmas or things like that. I have a very tight family with my husband and children.
Right.
But they're excuses.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we can make choices in our lives to live amazing lives, or we can make choices in our lives to live pitiful lives. And
Yeah.
I just chose to live an amazing life.
It is amazing. It's one of the most fascinating things I love about this position. We just meet some compelling people, just amazing stories. Just had a gentleman here on our Atlanta Legal Experts show, and you met him in the reception,
did.
right?
Yeah, great
David,
connection.
I mean, yeah, it's just
Oh, man.
the stories that somewhat align. That he grew up in Miami on the wrong side. There's a lot of it's not just South Beach in Miami, right? And was imprisoned in gang, had to be kind of forced to survive to be in gangs.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, fast forward, he's now a professional attorney. But beyond that, I mean, what he shared with us is he never considered himself a victim.
Right.
I think once you adopt that mindset mentality, it's game over.
It
right?
is.
A lot of people live in that space and carry that, and you're not a victim of your circumstances. You can change those, right?
You absolutely can. And in my opinion, a lot of times, I have a YouTube channel with 26,000 subscribers and 3+ million views at this point. And I've talked about things in the past of child support and, having a GED and being a former mom that was on welfare and food stamps and Section 8. And people form opinions about people like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am a person that was that, but I
Right.
wanted out. I never saw it as normal.
Right.
I never saw it as woe is me. So
Right.
I took the steps I needed to take to go to college, to surround myself with amazing people, and to ask for help when I needed it.
I mean, it's just very inspired by your for your story. So let's talk, business now.
Let's talk business.
Okay, yeah. So, how did you get started in marketing? I mean, how did this come about?
Well, in 2009, I turned on my webcam and started YouTubing and had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
And just kind of wanted to talk to the world. And I actually met my husband on Twitter.
Wow.
So social media.
Wow.
And so it just evolved I started talking about just everyday things. I'm very much into natural products. I make my own lipsticks and lotions and hair products. And that's what I started talking about on the channel. And I made a product that was $2.50 and made over $100,000 within like a very short period of time with that product.
Ryan, can you believe that?
Yeah, and it was just the power of understanding. Back then, I didn't realize it was marketing.
Right.
But now that I'm in marketing, I tell people, Rich, you're either intentionally marketing or you're doing it unintentionally, which means that marketing is just creating activities and content that's designed to make more people, know, like, and trust you.
Right.
So that they refer, try, and buy more of your services over time. So either you're putting an effort to do it,
right,
or you're just saying, hey, I just have a hope strategy.
Right, yeah. Or you're unintentionally doing bad marketing that is harming your brand and
exactly,
and getting caught up in that.
We're marketing all the time.
Right. And so talk to us about your services exclusively for lawyers and law firms.
Yeah, so my services are exclusive to lawyers and law firms. I started the marketing online years ago, wrote several books on marketing and passive income and information products, 20,000 students online.
Wow.
And decided in early 2015 that we would do what we call offline marketing. I wanted to work with small business owners. And one of our clients that we picked up happened to be a law firm, and it's like the heavens opened up. They were
right.
amazing client. And we found that a lot of people do what we call piecemealing services. They do website, SEO. So we took everything, and now we do combined services, website, search engine optimization, directory listings are my favorite, which is video production and video marketing. Just a week ago, we went to a firm and did 52 videos in about a 3-hour setting that we now market online every single week. So we create
so you can
strategies.
stagger those.
Exactly.
So you put them in the can up front,
Yes.
and now that's off your plate, and it's on autopilot for the next year.
Automation and systems
That's key.
and processes is what we put in place, because I often say they shouldn't be doing $10 to $20 an hour work when they're billing out $300 to $800 an hour. So we do it for them.
And so there's other people that provide services to attorneys and lawyers. So what kind of makes you different or unique?
What I often tell people is, one of the questions they have is, are you an attorney? And I say, no, but that's what sets us apart, because I am not an attorney. I am a marketing expert. What sets us apart is we actually follow the guidelines and the handbooks for each state. So when we go into work with a law firm, we know exactly what we're doing there. Also, we only work with one lawyer, one law firm per practice area in one city.
Really?
So we're very exclusive.
Oh,
and
wow.
we offer a 6-month money-back guarantee. No other marketing company on the planet. On the planet.
I got excited right there.
He got excited and his chair dropped.
Yeah.
So no other
Some
marketing
people's
company.
jaw
It only
My
happens
chair
to him
jumped.
for some reason. It never happened to me, but
I've never seen a guest. It does almost every show. I kicked the side of the chair, and that's a visual, not for radio, but no one else is like.
it needs to
we're
be on
all
YouTube
laughing.
there.
It does. It's
Yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah. I know Ryan had a question.
Well,
to jump
I
in
want
here.
to talk about social media and how important it is these days. I've heard some both go on the offensive with social media, but don't just be defensive either. And what are some of your guidelines that you give your clients on the social media?
Ryan, it's one of those things. You can be on the offensive or defensive, but it's still gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be online. And my viewpoint is for our attorneys and our clients, they need to be doing online and offline marketing strategies. So I believe that they should be on social media, whether it's just one post or update per day.
Mm-hmm.
Major ones, Facebook, Twitter, definitely LinkedIn. I can't understand why any attorney wouldn't have LinkedIn. They need to have a web presence. One of my favorites that most people don't talk about is SlideShare, because you're embedding presentations and PDFs that you can now lift and put on your website. And you can also put on LinkedIn. So my viewpoint is be active on social media. Make sure that you are not just putting out legalese. Make sure it's true inspirational, motivational content that's geared towards attracting your clients to you. So I call it an ACET: attract, connect, engage, and inspire people to take action. That's why you're online.
That's great. And YouTube, too. I've heard that it's the
absolutely.
second search engine behind Google.
Yes.
More people go to YouTube to look
It
for
is.
things.
Most people don't realize that. I've been in an audience and I use that question. I say, you have 100 people in the crowd. I say, what's the largest search engine? Obviously Google. What's the second? And people say Yahoo and list 20 other. They never think, but YouTube is second only to Google. And of course they own them now, right?
Yeah, we talk YouTube. I wrote a book about YouTube, and I have millions of people that have viewed my videos. I have multiple channels on YouTube. And the thing about video, and why I talk about it in the book I wrote, How to Market Your Law Firm Online, is you have to have a strategy, but video rocks because you can pull out the audio, you can post it on your Facebook, on your website, you can transcribe it, and now you have, different modalities of the learners that you're now attracting to you. So YouTube And it's owned by Google.
Yeah,
exactly.
Why wouldn't you use YouTube?
That's the granddaddy of everything
Yes.
Right.
online, right? The godfather of online godfather.
And
But,
also, the ads are cheap on YouTube. You're paying about 2 cents a click. 2 cents for video ads on YouTube.
as opposed to AdWords or on Facebook.
AdWords,
But
Facebook,
does
PPC.
So I know you specialize in the legal arena, but some of the content or platforms are contingent somewhat on your type of business, product, or service, right?
It really is. The one that I didn't mention or two are, Pinterest, Instagram, and of course, if you're in e-commerce, if you're a small business owner. But we do still do Instagram for our attorneys as
Really?
well, about once
Where they
a
take
week.
pictures of their briefs or whatever?
Well, you
or,
know what? We're taking
I mean, they're
pictures.
legal document
Yeah,
briefs.
yeah,
right?
No, but here's
Careful
the
there.
thing. Here's the thing. We're all in here taking pictures. I
Yeah.
posted it on my
Yep.
Instagram, and then it goes out to my Twitter. It goes up to my Facebook. It's about being everywhere without being everywhere.
That's a good
People
point.
are interested in your life.
That's right. And staying current, staying active,
Yes.
and you can take a photo of anything. You can take a photo of the microphone
Yes.
or the wall, and that's still something that's going out there on the Twitter sphere or social media sphere.
Yep.
So we love that.
And it shows authority. And Google is looking for authoritative content, relevant and educational, and then we're informative. So again, people are interested in your backstory, and showing pictures is a great way to do that.
And so you help law firms get on page 1 of Google.
Yes, we do.
And those are just another way to kind of leverage that with social media. What are some other types of things you'll do to help those law firms get on page 1?
So we make sure that we go in with a content marketing strategy. We also make sure that we're using keywords that people are actually looking for. We also make sure that they're listed on the directories, make sure, their Google, their Yahoo, their Bing, their law firm directories are optimized. Again, video production, the video marketing. And a lot of people think about getting on Google in one way. Oh, my website. But guess what? Videos can get you on the first page, making sure that you have reviews in place, making sure that you're listed in the correct directories, making sure that you're blogging. So we make sure that they have content on their websites that, again, is relevant. We have an attorney here in Atlanta, and they're in bankruptcy. Awesome firm. And
The firm itself?
yeah, so the
No,
firm's
They
in
specialize in bankruptcy?
They specialize in
No,
bankruptcy.
they're not currently themselves in
Oh,
bankruptcy.
no,
I thought
they're
that's what
not
you
in
said.
bankruptcy.
We have a...
We have a bankruptcy firm, it's a law firm.
Thank
in
you for
bankruptcy.
clarification, yeah.
Yeah, and they and so for one of the things we do on their blogs, instead of just talking about bankruptcy, we talk about events that are low cost and or free for families in Atlanta. Because again, if people are contemplating bankruptcy, then they need to do things that are so low cost and free, but it's driving traffic to the site.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of YouTube, the most popular 2 words that are put in front of YouTube, right, are
How to.
how to.
How to.
Yes.
I mean, that's where it's amazing. I had some friends tell me, if you have a gizmo or a gadget and you lost the owner's manual or you can't figure something out, if literally you got billions of people around the planet that are just, for whatever reason, are showing you how to work this widget, right? And you
Oh,
put in how to,
absolutely.
and you can make recipes to inventions. But go back to, did you say on Instagram, if you post there, it'll populate on the other platforms, or that's based on your settings, or is that unique to Instagram? Ryan's shaking his head because
Oh.
he's been trying to twist from our. That's one thing we haven't adopted. We have an Instagram account, but
Oh.
never really utilized it. We
Oh,
haven't-
Instagram is phenomenal.
I
On
thought
Instagram,
it's not just for
you're
taking
gonna,
pictures of your clothing, or
it's not. It is telling a story. So even right here, right now, you could be posting this that's going to go out to your Facebook. I have mine through a service called IFTT. If this, then that goes out to my Twitter. Automation.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because
Yes.
I used Tumblr way back in the day, and I got off it because it wasn't something changed on LinkedIn. They stopped integrating or whatever, or talking to each other. But what about Hootsuite or Tumblr or something? I don't want to give away all your trade secrets. So you can say
They're not trade. You know what? I give away all my trade secrets in
Okay.
my book. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all about helping. I'm really big into that. But you can use IFTT. And again, you're posting on Instagram. It's going to go out to your Twitter. It's going to go to your Facebook. And I even did a video on one of my YouTube channels
There
that
it is.
then you
Wow.
can pin it
How
over
to.
to Pinterest.
Yeah. Tell us about your book. What's the title, and how can people find that?
So the book is How to Market Your Law Firm Online, and it's the Internet Marketing Guide, and it really does have literally step-by-step direction. And you can find it at, how to market a law firm online, how to market your law firm online, or montinaportis.com. I mean, it's really everywhere. The thing about it, though, is I only offer it to attorneys that provide their information, and we ship them a physical copy. This is not an ebook.
Okay.
This is something
Nice.
that is very serious that we want to get into their hands, but we're marketers.
And tell us your personal domain and spell that for our listeners as well, if you would. Yeah.
So it's Montina Portis, Montina P-O-R-T as in Tom, I-S. I'm the third Montina in my family, and my husband's first cousin is Clinton Portis.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, NFL star.
Yeah.
There you go. How about that? You got some connections
Nice.
there.
Yeah, we can introduce to Fran Tarkinen that was just in the studio.
That's true, too, yeah.
All right. So we've been talking all online, but a couple earlier you mentioned some offline strategy.
Yes.
What would be examples of those?
Oh man, offline rocks. And we're not talking postcards here. We're talking
fax
about
machines?
newsletter. No, we're not talking fax machines.
Come on,
we're
Rich.
not talking it. But we're talking about a newsletter. And especially with attorneys, it's important to have reviews and it's important to have referrals. And if they're not implementing an offline strategy, and a newsletter is something simple, it's not even talking to them all about legal. It could be something going on in the community each month. You know, every month we know June is Father's Day. Could have a Father's Day post, or they can have someone that they're highlighting. But a simple 1 or 2 page newsletter. And again, you have a simple, small little place where you're reminding your current clients.
Top of mind marketing.
Top of mind, Chet
Bam.
Holmes marketing.
Tomato strategy,
That's
yeah.
right. So
It is, that's the
you're
acronym.
there with the referrals, and you're there again with reviews. It's very subtle, but it's again a way to stay in front of your current client base.
But that's a newsletter, email newsletter.
No,
No,
we're
that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about
Offline.
print.
So actually, you're single-handedly keeping the U.S. Postal Service in business.
We are, and we actually do this for our clients.
Thank
We
God.
make sure that we have content writers that write the newsletter, and also we ship that out for them. And again,
So,
top of mind.
Other offline strategy would be like networking or face-to-face, or is it mainly just you're promoting the newsletter through the U.S. mail?
Yeah, direct mail is
Direct
one
mail,
that we
that's
promote, but
an easier way.
networking is extremely important. Understanding, who your target markets are, what networking events that you need to go to, because again, we're investing time with our businesses, and of course, awesome things like Business Radio X.
Oh,
Thank
all right.
you. All
Another
right.
shout
And
out.
show is over. Thank
Yeah.
you, ladies
Drop
and gentlemen.
mics
Yeah.
and leave.
Sorry, Sherry. Yeah. We always like to finish on a high note. Yeah. Or on our note, if possible. Yeah. So we appreciate you being here, and we're big proponents of getting the word out. There's very few platforms that are pro-business, right, that don't want to
That's
try to
right.
ambush you. But talk to us. I don't know if we have time for Google Plus, but there's so many platforms. I mean, it's like do your clients, I mean, that's why probably they look for your services, because
Yes.
here at the station, we're just like, I think we need to hire a full-time person just to dedicate social media, because it just gets overwhelming. And just to back up for a second, prior to this venture, I was not a big fan. I just thought, it was a waste of time and no one's, listening or what's going on. But when we took an active role, it's been a game changer for the studio. We've acquired so many guests and underwriters, sponsors. We've made interesting connections with people that I don't know what it is about specifically Twitter, but we'll have high-profile people interact with us on a direct message, or will retweet our message that would otherwise wouldn't take a phone call, or
Yes.
but then we have a personal conversation.
It's social proof.
Yeah.
And people want to see you online. Like I said, social media is not going away. You want to pick a platform. Twitter works so well because of the hashtags.
Yeah.
And remember now, social media shows up in the search engines. So if you put something out there, Twitter, Facebook, with businesses, they have Facebook pages, but these all become searches for the search engines. And again, better ways for you to rank outside of just the simple traditional website. You're going to now rank for videos and posts.
Yeah, you may not know the number offhand, but I know we were chatting about the not Google Analytics, but the Alexa rating.
That's right.
For
yes.
Radio X, the brand. We're like, 140,000 out of 1.2 kabillion?
Right.
It's huge.
I mean,
Yes.
it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because we just, every show, like you're on the show now, we'll put everything about each of our guests and their content, their brand on there, and it's amazing.
I think that's why, because we generate so much content, not only in our studio, but all the other networks
network.
at Business Radio
Yes.
X, that over the last few years, that just organically we've boosted our Alexa rating that way. And we don't pay to be on Google at
No,
all.
we don't.
But
don't
if
need
you
to.
you
Yeah.
go on Google and you put in Business Radio
without the X.
without just Business Radio, you will see that we're in the top 3, if not top 2, on a regular basis, and
Well,
that's because
remember-
of the content we generate.
And that's building authority. Remember what I
Thank
said?
you.
Google loves authoritative, educational, relevant content and your information too. And here's the other thing. It is amazing for us as business owners because it's a backlink now that makes my site rank higher, because Google says, well, they're linking back to her. They're authoritative. Well, then she must have something, worth checking out, and it's authoritative as well. And I will rank higher because of the backlink.
Yeah. I mean, it's all those pieces of the puzzle fitting together.
They do.
But it does be kind of the holy grail is the authority position as an author.
Yes.
Right? And on the online activity. Two last questions. We're going to jump over to Sherry here in just a second. So, are you available as a speaker to come to events and what have you?
I am. Yeah. So again, at montinaportis.com, there's information there. I'm available. I speak at law associations, and I also speak at other events where my Chamber of Commerce, where people are interested in marketing. And even if they're not my ideal clients, I'm still here to say you're marketing anyway, be intentional with it.
Intentional, yeah, that's a great takeaway. So stick around here, and we'll continue the conversation here in just a moment. And thanks again for being on the show.
It's my absolute pleasure to be on Business Radio X.
Nice, I love that branding and promoting. Maybe we'll have you in every week. Okay, so maybe a radio show is in your future, right?
Hey,
yeah, we'll talk
you never know,
offline.
Rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we can make that happen. Yeah, right. Can we do that, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely.
We have the authority to do that, don't we?
do,
We have the
right.
authority to do that.
No doubt about it. Montina?
So my website actually for our business is creativeinternetauthority.com, and that's where you can sign up for a webinar that we have, which is for attorneys, that talks about how they can market online. And again, with my name, I'm very unique. So if you put my name in, I take up the first 100 pages just about
nice,
Google,
yeah.
about and again, it's about information,
Absolutely, yeah.
building authority.
And
So
you're all over Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn.
I'm everywhere.
And people
all
can
the
find you or
time.
reach out to you there.
Yes.
If they're a small law firm and they want some marketing help, they can
Yes.
reach out. Or if they just want to learn more about how to maximize their marketing efforts, please reach out to Montina.
Yes.